Never before has an era had to deal with as much pressure to look a particular way, act a particular way, dress a particular way. You are being bombarded every day, 24/7. There's no escape from it. And it's having a devastating impact on your self-esteem and your self-worth. The only way to escape it is to actually remember who you were before the world told you who you should be. I'm known as an exceptional performance keynote speaker, trainer, and author. I'm also the author of this international best-selling book, Become Your Number One Fan: How to Silence Your Inner Critic and Live the Life of Your Dreams. So I love working with young people, whether it's in a keynote capacity or coming in and running actual hands-on trainings, or whether it's actually peak performance coaching or exceptional performance coaching, really athletes, performers, and individuals within your school environment. Chances are you haven't made it to high school or to college without being put in a negative box. When I was 12 years old, my algebra teacher tells me, "Oh, your brain just doesn't work that way." And I believed her. So I struggled and I just managed to get through all those exams. Age 16, I proudly announced to anyone that would listen, I'm going to be a professional dancer. And guess what I got told? You're too old, you're too tall, you've got flat feet, turn-in hips, forget it. And so I did. But eventually I found a school in London that believed in me. And guess what? Age 21, I proved my critics wrong and turned professional, and guess what? My height turned out to be one of my biggest assets. Now, even positive boxes can put a lot of pressure on you. You might be the first person in your family to attend college, or your parents might expect you to consistently be getting straight A's. By all means, do your personal best, but break free of those boxes and be who you really are. I've had over 30 years of experience working with young people. I had an extremely successful School of Performing Arts back in Australia where my students were always consistently winning regional, state, and national championships. We were also the most outstanding specialty business 7 years in a row, and I trained all of my staff to make sure that we had that quality control and that every single member of my team was creating exceptional results. Now, exceptional results requires exceptional thinking, and that's what I am brilliant at doing. I'm great at coming in and teaching young people how to take control of their thoughts so that the thoughts are not controlling them, but they're taking control, that they're turning that inner critic into their own personal cheer squad, and that they're actually believing in themselves, probably really on a deep cellular level, perhaps for the first time in their lives. The National Science Foundation says we have 50,000 thoughts a day. That's about 52 thoughts per minute. Now, of those thoughts, 95% are actually repetitive, and most of them are negative. So if you're telling yourself, I'm hopeless at math, I certainly was, you probably will be. And if you say, that cute guy or girl would never go out with me, they probably won't. And if you really believe that the basketball coach would never choose you for the opening five, or that you'll never get into your favorite sorority or fraternity group, you probably won't. But I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be that way. You are going to learn today how to take control of your thoughts so that you can steer your life in the direction that you want to go. I guess when people ask me, how are you different to other speakers and why would we book you? I'm extremely comfortable in my skin. And it's taken a lot of work to get here, but I can teach people to do it in a much quicker time zone than it took for me to actually learn to really love myself from the inside out. Another reason is because of my performing arts background, I'm really zany on stage, highly interactive. I'll always get audience people up onto the stage with me. I have a song that we've created specifically to actually anchor in the 3 key takeaways, and it's called Rip It, Snip It, Flip It. Rip it, snip it, flip it, believe. Rip it, snip it, flip it, achieve. Reconnect with who you really are and breathe is part of the chorus in that song. I use props, I use humor, I use personal stories to totally develop rapport and reach out to them so they totally can relate to my stories and go, oh wow. So that's another reason that I feel that I'm different to other speakers. The other thing is I am not a one-step pony. I'm not about to come into your college or school and just say hi and create a keynote. I'm all about the experience beforehand, during, and after, because I want to guarantee success. If you're going to invest in me coming in to speak to your students, I'm going to guarantee that I'm going to deliver what it is that you're after.
When I think about Catherine, I wish my kids could hear her. She makes them see that their worth is so much greater than what's going on social media and Instagram. They have the opportunity to really take a deep look into their own self-worth and come out victorious at any stage of life. This is the kind of education that kids need in college right now.
I could listen to Catherine's voice every single day. She has a very powerful message that everyone needs to hear. It was terrific.
You know, Catherine really appeals to the college market. When she's talking, first of all, love the accent, but what a way to get the message across on how things get different, they get shifted, the values get shifted on what's important as we grow older into our adult selves. Loved her information.
Catherine was awesome. I gotta tell you, the way she connected with the students, I wish my daughters had heard her speak years ago.
What are the 3 most cited reasons that actually people book me as a speaker, coach, or trainer? Certainly my track record, because I have a 100% success rate. The second one would be the fact that I am committed to the actual experience before, during, and after an event. And the third one would be that I'm completely comfortable in my skin. It's taken a long time to get to this, and I can short track that for all of your students. So I'm a really good role model because I really can relate to any age group, male, female, wherever they're at in their lives. I've got stories that I can share that will not only they'll be able to relate to, that will inspire them to step into being all of who they have the potential to be. We all have an inner critic. We all have those voices that tell us we're not good enough, but guess what? When you were a tiny, tiny toddler, it wasn't there. As a toddler, you didn't think you had to send a really cool nude picture to some guy to be liked. And you knew that you didn't have to wear the latest kind of diaper to feel cool, and you certainly weren't checking your phone every 45 minutes, I saw you, to see whether or not your latest selfie was getting a whole lot of likes. You didn't have that inner critic. You knew you're a perfect version of you. Isn't it time to remember?